Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Starbase. Today we are checking the mining job out. So you can see on the outside it's pretty beautiful here. It's got the mining signs, the mining job. Now keep in mind, oddly enough, the other side does not have any signs, I believe, so it might be a little confusing, but it shouldn't be too hard to find it anyways. The station isn't that big at this time. Keep in mind it's alpha, things are going to change, and yeah, let's get started. So inside the mining job here and the other jobs, they basically have these blue fields. Basically, it's a private instance. So when we enter this, and another player was in this, we wouldn't be able to see what they're doing. You can actually see this guy doing this thing. You won't see the asteroid, but if we go in here to do this job, you'll notice he disappears. And that's so I'm not interfering with him. I'm not seeing his name. I'm not seeing him move around, and vice versa. Same for me to do my thing. You know, we're not annoying each other. And each of these have a little sign. So these are the basic instructions. Get a pickaxe, acquire a pickaxe, and tells you basically how to do the basics here. So we'll go over here and check out this sign. That's the same idea, just more visualized. So acquire a pickaxe, start a new asteroid, and then down here you can cut slices with left click and grab the slices, the slices and carry them with E. And then you bring them to the drop to the collection area. So the big pieces you put over here. Looks like there's some here. I don't know if it was the other player or whatever, but you throw that in there and it eats it away. And then if you want to miner, like break it down even smaller into nuggets, then you can use the collector, which automatically collects it. And this is good because if you're using like the really good ore in the side of it, you tend to get more credits out of that per minute, and worthwhile doing that, obviously. So when you go over here, you can see you have this really cool screen here. You got your time up here. So once we start, the timer will begin. You got a summary. You also have this log, which is really nice because then you kind of get an idea of like what you're mining, things like that. Kind of tells you what you're up to. And same information here again that was on this other sign over here. They pretty much try to pound that information into you so you know what you're doing. So we'll acquire the pickaxe, which is a temporary pickaxe. If we open our inventory here, it even says temp. So the second you leave the mining building, it despawns. And then we're going to get a new asteroid, and we're going to start out. So we're going to right-click the goodies in here, basically. And that's where it breaks it down into little fragments. And you get a bit more credits out of that. And you can see the bottom right, it telling you that. And then we're going to hold E, and we're going to zoom out. Or, well, I'm going to use my scroll wheel and zoom out, I guess. And basically, it pushes away from you so it doesn't get caught, and then you can easily move it a little easier. And then you go new asteroid again, and you do the same thing. Now, some asteroids, I don't know if some of them are just well blended. Okay, there's some on this, or some just have very little materials or none, because some asteroids I've seen don't seem to have much of anything. So this seems to be like one of them. Rather than waste my time, I feel like this one is just kind of a loss. We go ahead and we do it again. There's no problem with that. And then you just kind of rinse and repeat. So this almost looks like ice. I don't know what this is. It's very shiny and happy looking. So we can go and look on the log here, and we can get an idea that this is Kharonite. And I think it's important to have that log open because it lets you get an idea of what you're mining, and then that way over time it kind of drills into your head. If you're out mining, once you get a ship and things like that, it's not a big deal because you can check your inventory and check it out as well. But it's a good way of, like, a brand new player trying to learn the resources, they might be able to get an idea. So now that we've gotten the good stuff, we're going to break this down because it's too big to pick up right now. We're going to go ahead and just drag it and let it go in there. Oh, that one was not as fun looking when it disappeared. Some of them look really cool. You can even see credits per minute. We're over 9K here. I would say on average, you're probably going to make 6 or 7K. Maybe you're more luckier. Maybe you're better than me at it. But I find on average, just kind of doing it, I find I do about 6 or 7K. And your goal at this time, obviously this can change, is to make about 1 million. Actually a little less, but I say about 1 million, so you can get your first tolling ship, and then you can also get yourself some tools and things like that for mining, and then go out into the actual asteroid belt, and then you'll find that you'll probably make a little bit more credits through that method each trip. So this is a really big one, obviously, so you have to really break down the big pieces here. Oh, there you go. Sometimes you gotta break them down a couple times. So don't go crazy and left click too many times, or then you have too many pieces, then you're kind of fighting with that all the time, right? So this one's a nice one because it's got just a small center in it. You kind of get used to the kind of asteroids that show up too, so as time goes on, you'll probably get better. So this one I could split, but usually what I do is I just break it a bit more, and then, because I know it's near its threshold to be able to pick it up. There you go. And right now there's 2 jobs as recording this video. The third job is coming soon, which will be, I believe, some sort of salvaging job. And I think there's actually more jobs planned. And I think there's going to be other activities, things like that as well. But these kind of jobs are kind of like, I find them like tutorials as well as just basic grunt work. The idea is you grind, you help out a bit, you do a little bit of grunt work, and then you move on, get yourself a ship, and then you can start doing other things if, it's trading or joining your friends or mining, building ships. It doesn't matter. It's just like kind of the starter. I didn't need to break that, I don't think. I was starting to move. Actually, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes because it can move even if it's not, if you can't lift it up yet. I think this is one of those ones where it's kind of annoying. I still try to see if I can find anything, but this one, yeah. This one's hit and miss. Sometimes there's nothing there. It's like I think there's a chance of, spawning, but because there's a huge hole in it, a lot of times you're not as lucky. There you go. I wonder what this one's called. It looks so like, it looks like candy, doesn't it? I kind of want to eat it. There's that Indian thing I had. It looked like a pretzel type, like a sweet. I forget what it was called. I loved it as a kid, but it actually looks this color almost. There you go. So what is this? Surite. And you could probably notice I got quite a bit of, we're going up in our count because, there was a lot of ore in there. The ore has probably a value to it. I think if it has a better value, you still get a bit more out of it too. That's why sometimes you need to do the zoom there. If you don't, it gets caught on the character. So if you just kind of scroll out each time and then just kind of toss it there. Look at that. So yeah, we're back up to the 8K. So it's pretty cool there. And there you have it. And this is build 142 for historical purposes, just so if anyone's ever wondering. I think that's a fun thing to kind of bring up and say, because I know things will change over the years, which I'm excited. This is why I love, being part of this. I get to help, test. I get to report issues, bugs, even, give feedback, shape things over time. And then hopefully... I'm not saying hopefully, I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit, but obviously I should say things will change over the years. And I'm looking forward to, like seeing that, oh my, I remember back in my day, we used to do this, that kind of stuff. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun. But I think that'll be the last one of this. I think we're doing pretty good here. So we're just grabbing the big pieces. Oh, this one's too big. Oh, it's still too big? Sometimes they get... Oh. That was just rude. I wanted a bigger one. You have to hit it in the right spot. There you go. And there you have it. And yeah, so we were doing about 8K there, which wasn't too bad. So yeah, that is the mining job. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And you can see we did that for like 6 minutes or so. And then you can look at your summary here as well. See kind of like what you made out of the most. So you can see like, did we only get that the one time? I think we did. I'm not 100% sure, but it says we made over 8K during that time, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, is there a sort on these? No, you can't sort them. Hey, worth a try, right? But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, commenting, liking, all that fun stuff. And we'll see wonderful people next time. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.